as usual. I don't really like to dabble with intros much, so let's get it started because I've had a lot of people, including 3 people in real life, actually tell me that this was a good expansion. They loved it. So there's a lot of hype. Everyone's hyping it up. Everyone says this is one of the best expansions, so let's hope it's true. And without further ado, I guess let's begin. Good news. We've had a stroke of luck in our search for that beacon. Apparently, our colleagues have stumbled across a hidden path leading down into the hollows around the base of the Crystal Tower. A path I doubt we'd have ever had found. Wait, what? A path I doubt we'd ever have found had the Ironworks and the Suns not added their numbers to the party. Thanks to them, we have eager eyes, aplenty down there, checking under rocks and peering into every nook and cranny. Still, it sounds like there is a lot of ground to cover. And we better go give them a hand. My thoughts exactly. The sooner we find this beacon, the sooner you can travel to wherever it is the mysterious voice is coming from. And the sooner we can work out how to help our friends. We have to find a way to wake them up, and before the Empire comes calling again. Meanwhile, we have no time to lose. There's a boat in the North Silver Tear waiting to ferry people to the site, so let's be on our way. So where do we gotta go? Right out here? I figure it wasn't gonna be teleporting anywhere. I figured we go into the Crystal Tower. That's what she mentioned. I just got confused when she mentioned a ferry, a ferryman. It was weird. I didn't think we needed a ferry to get to the Crystal Tower. Or maybe we do and I'm just not remembering right. Oh, that's right. It was a dungeon last time, so I guess I would know. I'm assuming when I was forced to do the... I guess no one's here right now, but I guess if I upload this on YouTube, you can let me know in the comments. Was this why? Is why the Crystal Tower? Why I'm doing the Crystal Tower now? I'm saying. I guess the question is that why I was forced to do this in A Realm Reborn? Because I remember I couldn't progress A Realm Reborn until I dealt with something with the Crystal Tower, but it honestly led to really nothing. You know what I mean? We kind of found Elegon technology, and then the dude Graha kind of just locked himself away. It was just like, okay. Like, nothing ever came of it. Heading to the survey site, sir. It's on the eastern shore of the lake, and the swiftest way to get there is by boat. Yeah, so what I was saying is it just made no sense, but I'm assuming maybe that's why they was forced to do it, but I don't understand why I'd be forced to do it then and why I wouldn't do it now. So it's kind of confusing. But I guess we'll see where it goes. Maybe what I'm talking, maybe that's all pointless and this is just something completely different. I do remember it though. I don't remember everything exactly where, you know, scene by scene.
Look how many people there are. Should we get to it then? Pick up anything that seems the least bit device-like, and we'll make ourselves a pile.
Iam sounds very low.
Well, if it isn't the hero of the hour, maybe you'll change our look. We've found bugger all without you.
Hopefully it's fine on your guys' end.
Wedge!
I do have a fan next to me.
Aye, aye. Well, we could hardly say no to a call for aid from the Scions. Jesse called it the chief of some other business, so we'll be working twice as hard to make up for his not being here.
Thrice as hard, even.
Thank you, both of you. I'm sure we'll find that beacon in no time.
Did Biggs and Wedge ever have a voice actor in the other expansions? I don't remember them actually ever talking. I just remember all their scenes being like I had to read them. It was the first time I heard their voices, or I'm not remembering right.
I'm not seeing anything out here. Do you reckon you could squeeze in there, Wedge?
And get stuck halfway? No, thank you.
Actually, I think maybe they did it. I think I remember. I think maybe they were voiced
I could
at
try
one
if you
point.
like.
It does sound familiar. I just don't remember.
Tataru, no! We couldn't ask you to do that.
Oh, I'll be fine. This receptionist is not afraid to get her hands dirty.
Sorry, I meant to say, the scholars haven't finished their preliminary assessment of the site yet, so we're not supposed to venture too far in. What's that you got there? Now that looks promising.
Isn't that the Ironworks symbol? Counterfeiters?
Now I have you.
You are right.
What's happening?
Stay with me. Focus on my voice. Let expanse contract. Eon become instant.
Wait, this must be it. The device. Oh, this is supposed to happen.
What?
Throw wide the gates that we may pass.
Oh, safe journey, warrior of light. Find our friends and bring them home.
I mean, this was supposed to happen. What is going on exactly? I was supposed to pass out? Thought we were gonna like open those doors that were sealed with the Allegon blood. I thought that's what he meant by the gates. See, this is what I mean. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about half the time. Kind of thought they would be like the sealed doors with the Allegon blood. I think I just said that, but that's kind of what I thought when they were saying throw open the gates and mentioning the Crystal Tower.
Oh, do not look at me so.
Damn. We're really gonna show all flashbacks? What is it? Gonna be all the people who died? Did they really show Harshaphant though?
Everything right. Everything that was asked of us, and still it came to this.
Or your darkness. Who's this?
Your time has not yet come.
That was Minfilia or Hydaelyn. I'm not sure exactly how to if they're the same or not exactly. I don't know how that works. That was the Warrior of Darkness.
From endless dreams I awake. Something vague, yet urgent, calls me to action once more.
Rare to meet someone out here who's not a peddler themselves. What brings you into the wilds this time of night?
Same guy from the beginning of the game? Yeah, I was gonna say, it looks like the sun's out. What do you mean by this time of night?
Well, if it ain't the oldest joke in the book. Me grandad, God's rest his soul, used to tell that one to the barman at kicking out time. And when, pray tell, did we last have a dark night? You rotten old drunk, you, he'd reply. Yeah. Over 100 bleeding years ago, that's when. You got that look down to a T. I'd almost think you meant it. Ah, got to you, did they? Poor beggar. That explains it then. Well, I've roads to travel and wares to sell, but you'd best hurry along to the town nearby. Just head east through the trees and aim for the Shining Tower. You'll find the place soon enough. 'Tis the biggest settlement for malms around. Go on now, friend. They'll take good care of you in the Crystarium. Dizzying heights it rises, the gleaming spire. Its tip threatening to pierce the blinding canopy. There, it will all begin anew. Between dark and light, the pure and the corrupt. The one true struggle.
So there's the Crystal Tower again. Give me 1 second. There's like a lot of distractions going on in my background. I gotta close my tour. Also, before I continue, because I got my fan over here blowing on me, I want to make sure that it's not interrupting the microphone too much. So before I continue, sorry about that. I wasn't expecting to have distractions right off the bat. My girl claims she had everything under control, but it clearly doesn't seem like she does. Pull up my stream real fast. I'm really sorry about this, guys. I just want to make sure the fan's not interrupting the audio, and the only way I can do that is to use my phone. Oh, let me click off of Final Fantasy. Test, test, test. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I just wanted to make sure that, like I said, I have a fan. I guess you can't really see it. It's like right there, a little off the camera. Oh, I'm not allowed to mount. Sorry about that. Got a little distracted during the cutscene. Like I said, my girl was. I guess the microphone was cutting it out, but she was talking to me, so I got a little. It was just a little distracting. Not exactly how I wanted to start off the expansion. Was getting distracted immediately off the bat, but if I don't listen, then I'm going to get yelled at, and we don't want that. So I was trying to focus on both at the same time. That's why I was looking back and forth and all around. Sorry about that. So right now it should be all right. My child is just getting a little cranky. It's getting close to her nap time, and she thought the bottle was in here, and it wasn't. And then it was like, "Where is it at?" Which is why I'm trying to stream now, because I knew it was their nap time.
Halt!
Is this Bunny Lady? I haven't seen a character model like that yet. I'm guessing this is like maybe like WoW, where they add new races every expansion
in this
or something.
city I know. Yours, I do not.
It's like a Russian accent.
This is the threshold of the Crystarium, stranger, and I am its gatekeeper. If you would enter, you will answer my questions.
Now it doesn't sound like that. I don't know. That was weird. At first it did, now it doesn't.
From where do you hail?
Slimsilaminsa. That's where I started, so that's what I'm gonna go with.
Do you take me for a fool? No such place exists.
What do you mean?
Had you given me an honest answer, I would not have barred your way. We care little here for a person's place of origin. But instead, you chose concealment. And I will not suffer you to pass.
What was that? Just like burst in the ether or something?
That one had eaten. It must have gulped down the whole hand, ring and all.
I feel like that he didn't just get ate. I feel like that's trying to set it up.
Everything all right, Captain?
Quite all right, my lord. Just a stray sin eater, and a weak one at that.
I see. Weak or not, we should be on the lookout for more. But I see you've met my guest. I will escort him to the Crystarium myself, if you've no objections.
Another of your mysterious friends, is it? I should have known. Very well. I'll inform the others your guest is to be given the run of the city. Pray forgive my less than cordial welcome. May the rest of your stay with us be a pleasant one.
Come with me. I will answer whatever questions you have when we are somewhere more private.
One arm's like blue. What's up with that?
Right then, before we plunge into the wheres and wherefores, let me first thank you for answering my summons. I had intended to bring you directly to my personal quarters, but I fear my aim was slightly off. That you were still able to make the crossing unharmed is a great relief. And so, we come to the question of where.
I was just about to say,
The realm
where
in which
am
you
I?
now find yourself belongs to one of the 13 reflections, or shards. The first, to be precise, even if its inhabitants are largely oblivious to the fact. As to wherefore, having been awarded the rather grandiose title of Crystal Exarch, I, in my capacity as caretaker of the Crystarium, thought to seek the aid of you and your companions.
I feel like the second answer makes more sense, but I guess the first one's probably the better one. Are there any other scions here?
That is a question with no simple answer. But all shall be explained in due course, I promise you. Let us begin with the glaring skies up above. Here in the first, the world has been all but consumed by primordial light. It began a century ago, by this realm's reckoning. A luminous flood swallowing everything in its path. More than 9/10 of this star was lost. And the fortunate few who survived are hounded by abominations born of that catastrophe even now.
I guess in this place, light is dead.
Sin eaters, we call them. The creature you saw earlier was one such monstrosity. It was to save the first from this menace that I learned to bridge the rift between worlds. That I might call upon the aid of the greatest of heroes.
I remember the Warrior of Darkness saying that they were from the first and that it was engulfed in light, so I guess this is what they're talking about.
And though it meant depriving a world of its champion, I had to try, for in saving the first, you would bring salvation to the source as well. But what manner of host harangues his guests in the middle of the road? Let us continue our talk within the Crystarium.
This place looks pretty cool. I saw the Aether Crystal.
Proud and vibrant city.
So I'm guessing this is like the main hub or main city, whatever you want to call it.
The sole sanctuary for the living in a world all but resigned to oblivion.
Yeah, I saw some vendors though. Kind of looks like this is the main city.
Each stone was laid with hope. The town itself a symbol. A monument to defiance in the face of death. No would-be hero could fail to answer its call. For who among us does not yearn for salvation?
That guy talking sounds familiar right now. It sounded like the Warrior of Darkness dude. But maybe I'm just tripping. And here we are. Welcome, my friend, to the Crystarium. What is this? Giving me like gear right off the bat? 385. I don't remember if my gear is better or not. apparently is, but I do want to see what it looks like. Try on. Oop. Pretty decent. Now, a full and frank discussion in the privacy of my study would seem to be in order. But I think our conversation would be more meaningful were you first to gain a firmer grasp of the situation here. To that end, I would like you to visit a few of the Crystarium's civic leaders and glean something of this world and its predicament. As you can see, this path will take you directly to the Aetheryte, a convenience which I am sure you are only too familiar. Being the rightful object of my summoning spell, you should, in theory, be able to reach all the way back along your etheric trail and find a connection in the source, believe it or not. I strongly suggest you complete this attunement before venturing any further. Yeah, I'm glad you said that, because I'm the person that forgets about that. After you've done so, walk up the steps next to the Aetheryte and head out to the left and arrive at the crystalline mean. This is where you'll find our collective of crafters and gatherers, as well as their spokeswoman, Caitlys, one of the people I should like you to meet. Another is Morn. To reach him and his cabinet of curiosity, you'll want to avoid aforementioned steps, take the exit to the left, and simply continue straight and down until you come to the large doors at the end of the path. And I'm just going to open up my map anyway, so we didn't really need the detour or tour. The third and final person I should like you to meet is Bragi, our man in charge of trade and distribution. He is to be found in the markets, which you can access from the opposite side of the Aetheryte Plaza. I can never say that damn name. In seeking out each of my colleagues, you will visit the major districts of the city and hopefully gain a feel of the place. I trust my directions were simple enough. Crystal clear. I'm assuming there's a pun there. Very good, I concede. The layout of the Crystarium owes more to historic necessity than planning, but I'm sure you'll learn its twists and turns before long. In all honesty, the true challenge may be finding the right way to approach its citizens. As you discovered during your encounter with the captain, the people of this world are unaware of the existence of other stars and will struggle to accept the truth of your origin. That being the case, when they ask whence you hail, as they inevitably will, I suggest you claim to share a homeland with the Crystal Exarch. There is an unspoken rule here about peering too deeply into that particular mystery. When you finish making the rounds, pray meet me in the large courtyard at the center of town. Until then. The actual quest, I still can't mount. Guess you're just not allowed to mount in the main city. Sure, it said someone was up top, right? Okay, go through there. Damn. I can't even see the top of it. I can't even... No, it won't let me. Yeah, I can't even see the top of it. God damn. The graphics in this expansion are right off the bat like 10 times better than Stormblood, that's for sure. Like I actually feel like I'm playing like a more modern game now. Rare to see this place so well stocked with goods, isn't it? But not here. I'm going to guess you're new to our fair city? Well, for what it's worth, you've chosen a fine sanctuary. The Exarch can throw up a barrier if the Sin Eaters come knocking, so it's a damn sight safer in here than it is out there. Safer and more civilized too, thanks to us. In the mean, we work together to procure materials and resources, and craft the goods which make our city life possible. This is the place to visit if you need a coat mended or a kettle forged. Just don't go thinking it'll all be handed to you on a plate, like those, what is that? It's a new word. Elamoran layabouts here in the Crystarium. We work for a living. I'm sure somewhere in a cutscene they'll say that. Though I see you're no stranger to honest labor, you don't have that whiff of indolence about you, like some folk I've met. Still, I can't quite pin down your profession. Where is it you're from? Oh, one of the Exarch's countrymen, you say. I see. Well then, I'll work twice as hard to make you feel welcome. Our city wouldn't exist if it weren't for him. Any friend of his is a friend of ours. It's really quite incredible when you think about it. They say his grand magic summoned the Crystal Tower into existence, pulled the entire thing out of thin air. It wasn't long before droves of refugees began congregating around its base, desperate for shelter after losing their homes to the flood. And that's how the Crystarium began, and the Exarch's invitations, buildings started going up with the help of some curious relics brought forth from the tower. The place gradually expands into the thriving metropolis you see today. The city stood here for decades now, yet the eldest among us swear the Exarch looks exactly the same as he did back then. He is indeed a man of many mysteries, but for all his secrecy, he has never yet let us down. So if he, and you, wish to remain silent about your shared homeland, then the folk here will respect your wish for privacy. I am, however, more than a little curious to see any crafting talent you might be hiding. If you ought to contribute on that front, be sure to come back and visit once you've had your chance to settle in. I have not done any professions yet. Just ask for Catalyst, and I'll find you a niche here in the crystalline mean. You can help us keep the cogs of the city greased and turning. I forgot about these. I think I ran past one already. Oh, they go that way. Like, just jump down. Still showing that it's down. Can't go that way. Sit. Oh, yeah, if I would have zoomed in on the map, I would have seen that they were stairs. I just thought it didn't even look like it was something I can access, since it was a darker color like that. Just run past the shark? No, that's the one above me. Graphics of this expansion are definitely amazing. It's insane compared to Stormblood, this first major city. But then again, I guess the main city in Stormblood was a cave, so I guess it wasn't really all that great to begin with. She's up another one. Excuse me, sir. Are you recently come to the city, perchance? I'm quite familiar with our civic roles, you see, and, well, ahem. Well, what I mean to ask is, have you brought any books with you? A rumpled scroll, even? A scrap of scribbled-on parchment? My apologies. Literature is something of an obsession of mine, as well as a profession. Librarian Morin at your service, and this humble collection is known as the Cabinet of Curiosity. As your powers of perception have likely informed you, my colleagues and I are responsible for curating all manners of tomes, documents, and other vehicles of written word. As horrific as the loss of life and land wrought As horrific as the loss of life and land wrought by the flood unquestionably was, the damage to record knowledge was no less catastrophic. We few do all we can to preserve what wisdom survived. But tell me, what brings you to the cabinet today? Looking for any title in particular? Maybe a spot of academic research? Oh, so you're so you've an interest in modern history? Splendid. A thorough review of recent events can often yield novel perspectives. I quite agree. If you would prefer something visual to accompany the account, then I think I have an illustrated history book for children somewhere. Just a moment, I'll fetch it for you. He already knows what it's about. Just give me the pictures. And here we are. Would you like to pull up a chair? Make yourself more comfortable? Ahem. On with the lesson then. 100 years ago, or near enough to, not to matter, villains known as the Warriors of Light slew the Shadow Keeper, the Steward of Darkness. In the wake of this tainted deed, light began to pour into our world, as if from unseen cracks. It pooled and swelled without cease until the day an enormous, blinding wave rose up and swept across our star. We called this calamity the Flood of Light. Everything it touched was leached of life and vigor, leaving naught behind but a luminous wasteland. Or luminous wasteland, I think it said. Yet, just when it seemed all would have been lost, a savior appeared before us, the Oracle of Light. She stood twixt us and the approaching doom, and by her power did she stay the flood. Thus was Norvent, and Norvent alone spared the fate of erasure. That was in the cutscene, the big lion thing. Or what would be Griffin, I guess. Tragedy would, however, arrive in another form. From the blasted emptiness descended horrors of strange and terrible aspects to bedevil. Wait, what? I've never even seen that word before. Bedevil? The few folk who survived. These sin-eaters were light incarnate, and their fulgent presence stole the night from the Norvrent sky. I don't know how to say that city name. Even now, they circle the remaining bastions of civilization, ever on the hunt for us, ever hungering for our flesh. And thus did the world become what it is. Should you ever wish to hear the tale again, I would be glad to retell it for you. Or if you would rather I speak of the matters, that too would be my pleasure. I should be glad of the company. Can I just jump? Okay, I can. Oof. The other one I couldn't jump over. I want to get all the crystals and not miss them. Oh wait, I don't have to get them all? I can just click any one? Thought I had the... Oh, okay. Yeah, I do gotta... It's weird that it let me hover over them like that. Like I can actually click on them. I'm gonna go out of the way just so I can grab these crystals so I can teleport around the city faster. I can actually see the other one from here. Just jump this. Oh, there he goes, the Crystal X arc. The docile gate. The docile gate. So are these the doors we need to throw open? Because I still don't understand what this whole throw the doors open thing was. Not gonna lie though, this place is cool. Like I really like all the window panels, like how they're blue like the Crystal Tower. To go get this one, and I think I got them all. New to the city, friend? The spinning head and wide eyes give you away. Welcome, my name is Bragi, and I'm the master of these markets. They gave the district another official title, but I'm not in the habit of using it. Too florid by half. In any case, our merchants stock a range of equipment for Humes? Such as yourself. So finding something in your size shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, did you say Humes? What is that? You mean human? Aye, something wrong? Humans? So we're just Humes here? Let's see if we can straighten this out. See those two in front of us? The shorter one is a Hume, like you. And the taller one is an elf. Okay, so they're still called elves. The sturdy individual over there is a Goldgent. Whilst the other one with the horns is a Dran. Okay, so it's like the same things but different names. And then you have the large scaly chaps with long tails and knack for raising livestock. Those would be the Zune. It's just the same people with different names. Which is apparently not the name you know them by. Or know them by, yeah. Now I'm curious to know which far-flung region you hail from. Ah, the same as the Exarch, eh? Well, that explains it. You don't get much further flung than that. We've had a few of your lot pass through in recent years, and despite their obvious learning, they've flundered over the simplest things. But do not worry, should you find yourself confused by the local language or customs, I'll be here to answer your questions. Much shorter dialogue than the others. So I want to go get that last crystal. Which I'm going to go ahead and assume is up top, because it doesn't make sense that they would both be this close on the same floor. Okay, apparently they're just right next to each other. I was wrong. I started looking for a way up. Oh, you can be a bunny person. So that's a player. Guessing that, like I said, I guess that would be the new race for this expansion, because I haven't seen any bunny people playing the other expansions. I don't know what they're called, so I know they're not bunny people, but I don't know their name. Well, how do you fare? Did my colleagues help you form a clearer picture of this world and its people? Oh, I actually had to prove to them that I wanted them. Yes, it seems you were treated to a most thorough introduction. I understand it was something of a chore, but it was necessary that you grasp these things before we proceed. As for the Crystal Tower's origin, you may have noted that the details were sparse. The structure is, in fact, the selfsame one you know from the source. Transport it to the first in its entirety. Huh? It was my first attempt at breaching the boundaries between worlds. Something of a trial run for your eventual crossing. And although I do not know which error I tore it from, I do know that its arrival served to set the wheels of fate in motion. How did you pull the tower here? That didn't count as an upgrade. What does it look like though? Looks pretty nice. It's actual proper armor versus the samurai thing. I can always just glamour change it though, or whatever it's called. You've done as requested, and I learned something of the world in which you find yourself. Oh wait, what? Let me reread that. Just like got a little tongue-tied. You've done as I requested. I learned something of the world in which you find yourself. Now it's time I fulfilled my half of the bargain and explained what has befallen your comrades. This is a conversation I'd rather have in the privacy of my quarters. However, I must go on ahead to the tower and organize a few things, but I shall see that the guard knows to admit you. Just like that, then Graha T is it? Wait a minute, this is Graha? Graha didn't have a blue crystal arm though. That's what I originally was thinking in my head, but this dude got like crystals all in him. I'm gonna see what this says. If it's probably not him. I am not familiar with that name. Is there something I should know? Yeah, I didn't think it was. Graha wasn't covered in crystals. But I thought that might be him because he locked himself in the Crystal Tower, but that doesn't make sense. We're in a different world. An extraordinary tale, but I'm afraid I found no such individual residing in the tower when it passed into my care. Mayhap we can revisit that mystery another time. For now, I think it's best we focus on the present. Well, maybe this guy, if he can open the tower, he can open the tower where we're at, and then we can see Graha again. What in the world is this? You're banned, sir. Have a good day. Greetings, sir. The XR awaits you within. Okay, so I gotta remember the gatekeeper guy, someone I don't need to read every time. Yeah, it's not Graha. Anyway, I just realized because Graha has a tail, and they always make sure like the tail
Welcome
comes
to the Ocular, my private study.
like through.
We can speak here without fear of being overheard.
Through it. Does sound like
I
him
have much
though.
to explain, but the truths which I must touch upon in doing so would cause only distress and confusion to the people of this world. Pray keep that in mind. Now, I am sure you are desperate to know the fate of your fellow Scions. To put it simply, they are here in the First. Their arrival, however, was not as recent as you may imagine. Here, time flows at a different pace from that of the Source. In the space of a single hour in your home world, an entire year might pass in the First, and the reverse could also be true. The pace fluctuates without rhyme or reason, and it cannot be predicted. That said, we seem to be entering a period of near equivalence, and thus, for the moment, you need not overly concern yourself with the passage of time.
But
as for your companions, however, Yustola and Urianger have dwelled here for 3 winters, all told, while Thancred's count stands at 5.
Damn. Boy, he said if a year is an hour, so that means since they fell ill, only like about roughly 5 hours have passed then?
Even our more recent
our
arrivals,
time
Alphino
and the other
Alizé,
expansion, I
have lived
guess?
in the First for almost a year. My intention had been to summon only you, but the art of reaching across worlds has proven exceedingly difficult to master. Thus it was that my fumbling hand closed upon those to whom your fate is most closely bound as well. As they were not the object of my summons,
The world?
their transference was incomplete. Though they may appear to possess corporeal bodies, they are, in truth, merely spirits that one can see and touch. Consequently, while you yourself will be able to pass between worlds with relative freedom, they will not. Much as it grieves me, they are stranded here, unable to return.
What have they been doing all this time?
We spent every waking hour searching for a way to reverse the summoning. In the beginning, at least. As you may have surmised, however, our efforts met with little success. And then we all but abandoned the endeavor once Urianger shared with us the vision he had witnessed during his journey through the rift. In that chaotic no-man's land between realms, time and space warp and blend in unexpected ways. What Urianger saw was the future. That which would one day come to pass. In his vision of tomorrow, the first was rejoined with the source. This collision of worlds brought about the 8th umbral calamity and the deaths of countless multitudes. Amongst those who perished, Urianger clearly saw the fall of the Scion's mightiest champion. He watched you die. And thus did the Scions embrace their exile, and began searching this world for a means to forestall the coming catastrophe in yours. Their souls are stranded in the first, yes, but they have fought on, desperate to save their home and you from destruction. Nor have their efforts been in vain, for it was they who finally established that the elimination of the Sin Eaters will indeed serve to prevent the calamity. Considering these circumstances of our meeting, you would be forgiven for doubting my version of events. And so, before all else, I would suggest you track down your comrades and hear the tale from their lips. I shall of course be happy to assist in these reunions, and you need not make any decisions regarding your involvement until you are certain of where you stand. Meanwhile, I promise I will not rest until I have found a way to help your friends return home. What say you? Have I earned your trust for the moment, at least?
For the moment.
Excellent. You will not regret this. With that settled, we shall have to see about getting you ready for the road. Traveling across the rift has no doubt left you weary. I will arrange for a room where you might rest in comfort. While it's being prepared, perhaps I can show you around.
Give me one sec. I just gotta open my door. My cat apparently was locked in here with me. I'm assuming he wants to go to the bathroom. He's just starting to help me. Let me go open my door real fast. Grab the soda while I was at it. Let's continue. The Crystarium boasts a number of residential districts, but I have been informed that a room has just become available at the Pendants, which, as it turns out, is perfect. Our path there will take us past the markets, and I was hoping to give you my own introduction to their wares. Come along. I'll just run. Doesn't seem like it's gonna be faster to teleport.
This is the Musica Universalis, the commercial heart of the Crystarium. Aught you might need to prepare for your journeys can be purchased here. Ah, yes. You must be curious about the currency. Fear not. The gil you carry will serve you well enough.
How's that?
Each nation once minted its own coins, but 'twas all a jumbled mess following the flood. After much debate, the local merchants eventually elected to revert to the old ways, wherein a coin's value was decided by the worth of its metal. As for a unit of measurement, we agreed upon the term gil, a word borrowed from coins uncovered within the Crystal Tower here. And as our traders peddled their wares across the land, so too did our usage of gil become common practice. From what your stola tells me, a standard coin from the source equates to exactly 1 gil here, or near enough not to matter. Our way of life has benefited greatly from the artifacts we recovered from the tower, some of which may be familiar to you. But I fear it would not be practical for us to provide everything to which you are accustomed. You shall need a means to access the commodities of your homeworld. Avan Kerm Sin?
Yes, I'm here! Of course I'm here!
What?
What amusements do you have for me today?
What's this? A fairy?
My dear Feo Ul, paragon of pixie kind.
Pixie.
For you, I have the most vital task. This fine gentleman is a friend from a distant realm. And we have need of a means to ferry things back and forth from his home. Might you be able to assist us in this matter?
You came from beyond, didn't you? From beyond the rift? How wonderfully exciting! What a brave and reckless and marvelous thing you did! You've the heart of a pixie, you do. After careful consideration, I have decided to grant you my assistance. Make a pact with me and the fun can begin. But answer me this, traveler. Did your garments come with you when you crossed over? Your teeth? Your nails?
I think so.
Just as I thought! Then you've a good stout connection with your home through which all your belongings, great and small, may easily pass. From this moment forth I will be your Isne Fis, and you my Snay Yak. Like the branch which sprouts from the sapling, our bond will flow unbroken from one to the other. Raise your hand. Tis done. We are bound now, dearest sapling. Come then. Make your request. Tell me your desire. I wish to visit this world of yours.
Mayhap her message to your friends in the Source to inform them of your safe arrival.
Message to Tataru. That's
Consider it
probably
done.
the more responsible person.
As you heard, that was Feo Ul of the Pixies. Their kind possess an affinity for magic akin to that of arcane beings. They rarely show themselves in populated areas, but Feo is insatiably curious even by Pixie standards, and seems to have taken a liking to the Crystarium. Right, we were going to organize a room for you, weren't we? Come along.
Alright. Give me 1 second. Sorry about another interruption, but my kid ran in and he just chucked me a cup. I don't know why. I don't know why she did that. Alright. Oh, my mouse get unplugged. There we go. Oop. Oh, there you are. I was just finalizing the matter of your accommodation. You'll have the private room here at the Pendants. For the duration of your stay, please make use of it as you see fit. When you are ready to retire, the manager will show you to your lodgings. Pray rest and recuperate, and we shall reconvene in the Ocular Unknown. I believe that covers all the practical concerns. Thank you for answering my call. We are denied the comforting blanket of night, but may peaceful dreams attend you nonetheless. Pleasure to meet you, sir, and welcome to your new home at the Pendants. Your room is ready. If you care to retire, I guess so. You. Huh? The Warrior of Darkness.
I know you. You're the Warrior of Light from the Source.
Why did it say, and who are you? Like, we
What?
just...
Did you just...
You can hear me? Oh, gods, how long has it been? That was what I called myself in your world. The Warrior of Darkness. My real name is Ardbert. I used an alias in the source. A daft one, looking back. If you recall my tale, it was my comrades and I who caused the flood. We thought our home doomed. And so we listened to the Ascians. Let them guide us to the source, and tried to hasten their goddamned ardor. I remember when we fell, defeated by you and yours. I remember our audience with Minfilia, how she listened to our pleas and returned our souls to the First. The flood was poised to swallow Norvrant. Minfilia and my friends, they surrendered what little they had left to hold it back. Just faded away, leaving me to bear witness. Tell me, do you know the year? How much time has passed since we caused the flood?
100 years? That's what I was told.
100 years. 100 long years. My hands find no purchase. My gestures catch no eye, and my pleas, be they whispered or screamed, reach not a single ear. I am a shade, cursed to do naught but drift. I feel as if I've been walking forever. I hardly noticed when my mind and body began to fray at the edges. Then bang! My senses were sharp again. I felt like a fish being reeled in, and before I knew it, I found myself in this room. Why is it that you can see me? What are you even doing here, come to that? You were summoned to save the First. A waste of time. This world is beyond saving, like those who try to save it. Muddled as my mind may be, I've not forgotten that. But if fate has brought me to you, the one person in this God's forsaken world who can see and hear me, then perhaps there is a reason I endured. If I can find out why I was left behind, then maybe I can bring this journey of mine to an end. Well, I'll be watching, Warrior of Light. But do me a favor. Be careful out there. This world has had its fill of heroes.
Difference being, I won't listen to the Ascians. back to the tower? That's what I figured. Back to the Exarch. Oh yeah, it says it right there. I kind of just assumed. Docile Gate. Oop, wrong way.
Ah, how did you find your new quarters? I trust you were able to rest?
Yep. Had a ghostly visitor.
I was not aware the room was haunted, and you were rather tired. Well, should you receive another visitation, be sure to let me know. Now, let us return to the subject of the Scion's whereabouts.
Their
This
maps
map
are always
shows
so
the lands
bad.
of Norvrand, the only area to be spared the flood of light. The Crystarium is here, in the region known as Lakeland. And to the north is the fairy kingdom of Ilmeg. That is where you'll find Urianger. To the east lies the once prosperous civilization of Rak Tika. Your Stola is stationed there, in the heart of the forest. Alas, neither location can be reached without considerable difficulty. As such, I would suggest you first seek out one of the twins, each of whom is stationed but a short flight from the Crystarium. Alphino is on Calusia, an island off the western shore. It is home to a city called Yulmore, where the rich and privileged while away their days in idleness. For his part in furthering our cause, Alphino journeyed there to meet with the citizenry and forge alliances. From what I hear, he has since kept himself busy gathering information around the main settlement. Alize, meanwhile, traveled south to the arid wastes of Armarang. They lie upon the very edge of the inhabitable world, where the flood of light was halted. Those who dwell there live in constant fear of attack by the Sin Eaters. In contrast to her brother, Alize felt that her energies would better be spent learning about the enemy, and thus she sells her services as a guard, both to hone her skills and gather information on our foe. So, will it be Calicia or Armarang? It matters not which you choose to visit first. Simply inform me once you have made your decision, and I will see to it that you are provided with a suitable mount.
Alright, if there's anyone watching, which one are we picking first?
Ah, but you must be wondering about Thancred. He has taken up with a new companion, and is presently engaged as a wandering hunter of Sin Eaters. Being ever on the move, his whereabouts are often difficult to ascertain, but I am certain your paths will cross ere long.
Oh, I can just pick them both up. It doesn't matter. You will visit Alphinold in Calusia then? Excellent. As I mentioned, your destination is an island off the west coast, so you will need a mount capable of making the journey. Here is a letter of introduction. Present it to Zizim Degenma, the master of beast at Temos Rookery, and he will take care of you. When you see Alphinold, be sure to pass my warmest regards. Yes, I can just pick them both up, it doesn't matter. Ready to depart for Amarang? Alice will be overjoyed to see you safe. I know she was particularly concerned for your well-being. She impressed upon me how regrettably the timing of her summoning was, repeatedly. I only hope that in my part of sending you to her will garner me some measure of forgiveness. Here, this is a letter of introduction addressed to a man named Cassard. the master of a merchant caravan. Wow, I got tongue tied there. There are a few who know the ways of the desert as well as he does. Find him at the Amaro launch, and he will see that you reach your destination. Normally these have like levels attached to them. They're both level 70, so we'll just do Alphinaud first. I just feel like that would make more sense. Alice, you can fight for herself. Alphinaud's technically the bookworm, I guess. So we'll go after him first. He's technically the healer, so he ain't fighting. So we'll go after him first. Your face is unknown to me. What business have you at my rookery? Signed by the Exarch, no less. Yes, I can provide you with an Amora for passage to Calusia. I will pick you out a friendly whelp. Yeah, an Amario, you say? I don't know what that is. That's right. Mounts like my grave friend over here, a common sight in these parts. But I gather you hail from a further afield, more accustomed to chocobos, perchance. I hear there are a few places where they ride the little something. I clicked too fast. Seeing as you are plainly unaccustomed to riding a Moro, I think best I accompany you on this flight myself. Any Zun worthy of a name could do it, of course, but the Exarch sent you to me, ensuring your arrival's safety is my responsibility. Gather your things and meet me at a Moro launch. One of the junior tamers will attend to you while I ready the mounts. I just saw Blue Quest pop up. What's that? Sights at the first. Oh, that's that. Guess it's it's up top. Isn't there stairs like right here though? I should have just teleported. It actually would have been faster. It was all the way up top, so I think I gotta go up here. Can I mount yet? No. Still not allowed to mount. This said sight, so I'm assuming it's just that stupid sight log book thing. It's probably not really a quest. I'm not really too concerned about reading this. It's just gonna, I think it's just a sight log quest. Yeah, it's just, that's not really that important. Yeah. Figured it wasn't gonna be that important. Oh wait, no. That's for, I gotta talk to this guy. You want to fly to Calusia? Well, I suppose Master Dendrium is going with you. Wait here, please. The Master should be along with the mount shortly. Use your Aether Compass. Oh, I gotta do that again. Awesome.
The whistling breeze, mute. The pounding surf, frozen. Time itself takes a breath. At light's edge, all is perfectly still. The world captured in a painting, locked in a moment. Music, faint and fleeting, drifts coastward on the lifeless air. And in the distance, beyond the broken earth, a city beckons.
Place looks cool. We are arrived. This is Cracked Shell Beach on the eastern coast of Calusia. You should be safe here for the present. Compared to the mainland, Sin Eater's attacks are far less prevalent, and the native beasts are not any more dangerous than elsewhere. It is the people you should be wary of. Spy you that city in the distance? That is Illumor? Illumor? The island's main settlement. It rivals the Crystarium in scale and was once an ally of our battle against the abominations. For years, the Illumoran elite have fancied themselves the masters of what remains of our broken world. They have gone as far as offer the leaders of other settlements their protection, if we were bend the knee. But to say their ideas are questionable would be putting it mildly. The Crystarium is one of among many who resist their heavily handed authority, and while we are not at war, our relationship with Ilmor is stained at best. It will be wise to conceal your ties with the Exarch during your stay here, especially in the vicinity of the city. Got it. I'm glad we understand each other. Now, the Exarch has instructed me to divulge a secret that should make finding your friend a good deal easier. Listen closely. If you head south along the coast, you will eventually come to a fisherman's shack. The friend of the Crystarium lives there, a man who goes by the name of Ivor. Ivor keeps an eye on everything happening in Calusia and will be able to point you in the right direction. Just hand him a spring of thyme, and that will let him know you can be trusted. Here, that should be enough. Find your friend. I will stay here with the Amuro until you are ready to return. Aether compass southwest, so the direction I'm going. I gotta go get this Aether crystal first, though. I guess I'll do that second. I guess I'm about to go to the beginning of the city anyway. Hobgoblins. Am I playing D&D? Assuming this person will send me into the city, so I'll talk to him first. What are you after? Fish? Crab? I think I've gotten an eel in a barrel somewhere if you a taste for them. Oh, I've done a bit of thyme. Chuck some in the pan and it's like a bloody festival of flavor. Now, what is it I can do for you? Can't say there's been any major issues, major upsets to report these past few weeks. Alphinaud, eh? I know the one. Our young champion of the downtrodden. Elmore is richer than all of Novrin put together. But that's a different story. For them, as live outside the city, most spend every waking moment just trying to stay alive, which makes your friend's dedication to helping others stand out all the more. I can hazard a guess as to why you, to where he is now. Get a message to him, but you'll need somewhere quiet to meet away from prying eyes. Make for Stilltide. That's the fishing village just up the path there. You're looking for a rundown excuse of a tavern the locals call the Leaky Keel. Wait there and I'll see Alphinaud joins you. $150 south. What's it, like on this pier or something? Whoops. That was the wrong button. It is in fact on the pier. One, two, so 6 zones again. Guess it's going to follow the same format every expansion. Seems to be. Oh, did I click that aetherite? I wasn't even paying attention. Oh yeah, I did. Okay. That's your first time? This is your first time in the tavern? It's customary to buy a drink if you mean to loiter. What will you be having? Ale, mead, water. Mead. Fine choice. And what will we be paying with? Well now, if those are exotic, where do you come by coins like that? I'm sorry, dear. I don't doubt they have value, but I don't have a touchstone to test their purity, and I'm not about to go begging for one of the neighbors, so we'll just have to come to some arrangement. Ah, here's an idea. There's a common to the north where we grow our vegetables, but lately the pests have been eating more than we have. What do you say to a bit of extermination work? I want you to squash any vermin you find, then visit the caretaker and give him an earful from me for sleeping on the job. He'll be in the old silo next to the fence, snoring like his knot. Do that for me, and you can laze about here as long as you like. So time to go up north and kill some vermin. Didn't mean for that to, like, actually completely block my screen. I was gonna go see if I can activate another one. I was all the way on the other side. I'll just... I used my crit? I didn't. When did I use my crit? I don't remember hitting that button at all. That's annoying. Thing again with this expansion where I'm just, I should have probably went and bought gear or something. But man, that thing died so slow. No response. Maybe you need to knock louder. No response. You hear faint squeaking from the room beyond. Time to burst in and save the day. No one is home, and judging by the lack of furniture, they haven't been for some time. The gnawed scraps of vegetables on the floor suggest rats have taken up residence in their absence. Okay, well, he's not there. I actually didn't attune to this. Glad I clicked it. Welcome back, dear. What did that good-for-nothing caretaker have to say for himself? Gone? Must have left and joined the rest of hopefuls. In a gay town outside Elmore? You don't have a clue what I'm talking about, do you? And there I was, thinking you were another dreamer. Well, never mind all that. Take a seat, whenever you like, dear. You've more than earned it. I'll even throw in another drink on the house.
And how is business today, Mistress Theva?
Oh, frenetic. Look, I have a new customer.
Tis good to see you, my friend.
There he is.
The barley seeds you wanted. They should produce a better harvest than the last.
What, just like that? Oh, Alfino, you really are a dear. Well, I'd best be tidying up some of those empty shacks before the pests move in. Keep an eye on the place while I'm out, eh?
It seems an age since last we spoke. Not since the prisoner exchange in Doma. And Yotsu. It has been even longer for me, of course, if you count the days I've spent here. But the time has only added to the relief I feel seeing you safe and well.
Me, I was more worried about you.
Huh. Alize said much the same thing. I don't think I've ever had such a scolding. But I believe an exchange of news is in order. Come, tell me of your arrival and all that came before. I see. Both the Exarch and Alize told me what they knew of events, but I had stubbornly clung on to the hope that all-out war might yet be avoidable. And poor Tataru. She must be sick with worry. We must endeavor to return as soon as we may. It would be nice to bring her good tidings for a change. But before we bid this world farewell, we must first ensure that it is not rejoined to the source. We must prevent the 8th Umbral calamity. Urianger's vision of the future has, I fear, every chance of coming true. By his description, the catalyst for the calamity was a formless and deadly weapon employed by the Garlean Empire. Which can only mean one thing. Black Rose. Gaius was telling you the truth. When we were on the trail of the Ascians, we saw evidence that the gas was being manufactured once more. Gaius was adamant that the project had been scrapped. But so long as there are wars to be waged, there will always be those determined to win by any means. And thus simply destroying the existing stores of Black Rose would do little to alter fate's course. In that sense, our involuntary journey here to the First was something of a boon. Together with the Exarch, we've developed a theory as to how we believe the rejoining will be set in motion. I'm sure Urianger himself will cover the subject in more detail. But I can tell you the process requires that both worlds, the Source and the First, be facing an existential threat. One being Sin-Eaters, of course. They are a menace that I would dearly love to remove, and not just to avert a calamity. I may be a stranger to this world, but I will not stand idly by and let innocent people be slaughtered.
That is what brought me to the gates of Yulmore. Ignoring its pretensions as a kind of capital city to what remains of the world, it is nonetheless a center of power and authority. If any solutions are to be found, I believe our search should begin there. What say you, old friend? Hungry for another adventure? And so we take to the road once more.
Just like that. It's like nothing changed. I mean, I should have new abilities though, since I'm now in this expansion. Because I'm technically level 73. Shouldn't I have whatever my level... Oh, I don't get done until 76. Oh, here we go. I got this. Infuriate grants the effect. What is Infuriate? Okay, it's this one. Upgrading Decimate to Chaotic Cyclone when the beast gauge is 50 or greater. So does that mean that ability... No, I'm technically... I gotta use it on an enemy. Okay. Assuming you have no objections, let us make our way directly to the city outskirts. Bray, what do you want to do? You still gotta go to Philly or no? If we time our arrival just right, you may be lucky enough to see why I have yet to set foot in Yulmore, despite my best efforts to do so. Come, from here we must lead west, then across the small bridge. Let's check something real fast. A little bit more. I just want to check for later. I'm probably going to keep playing until 4, though. Then I'm going to have to jump off. So we'll go figure out why Alphanol cannot get into, or why we can't get any closer than wherever. I'm assuming he made attempts to get into that place and was denied. Northwest, so whatever up there. Oh wow, this place got 3 other crystals. This must be a monster zone. Lucy seems peaceful, does it not? Almost familiar. I had a similar impression of the Crystarium. Even in this distant world, people are much the same. To think that whenever a calamity struck, the source of reflection, such as this one, with all its culture and history, was being erased from existence. No, get away from me! Over there. Quickly, someone's in trouble. Alright, that's going to end the stream. We're going to leave that guy to his problems. What are you doing? Watching the screen. Yeah, I'm not racing this time. Is that what you thought you were going to walk in and see me driving around? Not this time. Oh, thank the fates. You look out. Why am I like... I can't... There we go. I was like glitched. I couldn't move. Wow, I pretty much used all my damage into nothing. Desperate need is better gear. Hey. Get off the bed. Don't jump up there. Down. A little messy. I'll jump on the bed. No more monkeys jumping on the bed. My poor heart. Thank you, young sir. Ah, there you are. In my haste, I lost bearings, but I see you have the situation well in hand. Fine work. Are you alright, madam? Just a few bruises from where I fell, nothing compared to what was in store for me before this brave soul came to my rescue. I honestly thought I was done for. My feet are not as swift as they once were, and I knew there was no one left to hear me scream. Not that I let that stop me. Sigh, I should probably leave my old house behind and queue up outside Elmore with the rest of them. Doubt those fancy lords and ladies. Down those fancy lords and ladies would welcome an own crone like me. Still, even a shack near the gate has to be safer than staying here. One would hope either way. I suggest you avoid wandering alone, lest you make the Sin Eater's task any easier. Thank you again. You saved my life. Now I am sure a strapping lad like you has little to fear, but I wouldn't linger long in this place. There is naught to be had here but cobwebs and memories. So now I have roughly 10 more minutes. 'Tis as the lady says, many in these parts have abandoned their homes to live in Yulmore's shadow. Should the Sin Eaters descend upon this region, there are precious few with the strength to fight them off. Speaking of which, what have you been told of these monsters? Nothing? A brief history then. 'Twas not long after the flood swallowed the better part of the world that the Sin Eaters first appeared. Some beastly, some beauteous. Yet, regardless of their form, all seem incapable of speech, and all are driven by the same insatiable appetite for mortal aether. They are predators, and we are their prey. Calusia suffers from far fewer attacks than most regions, but even so, the list of Sin Eaters' victims grow larger by the day, a tragedy without the end. Still, we have won a small victory this time, at least. Now, shall we press on? We have no need. We need to return to where the road forks and follows the path that leads west. Sorry. I think until I finally get that pair of glasses, I'm gonna be struggling. So I think what's going to happen is I'll go I'll go to this here. I'm going to do this quest. And then that's going to be it for Final Fantasy for the day. Like I said, I didn't have too much time right now because I have to go do a couple things. But I might be able to get back on around 6 or 7. But if I do, I'm going to do an LMU race. Or 2, depending on how tired I am. I really like to do Barcelona since I haven't raced Barcelona on LMU yet, or Paul Ricard, so those are the two I'll be aiming to do. Now we're in front of the city.
That gate up ahead is known as the Open Arms, and Yulmore itself lies beyond. This, meanwhile, is the aptly named Gate Town, the dwelling place of the many desperate souls who hope to be chosen to live in the city proper.
Ah, I thought I recognized you. Brought a new friend, eh? I'll bet you got a trick or two up your sleeve. Maybe even 3. Care to show me?
Why does he have the voice of a villain?
He's not here to compete. Leave him be.
What? I was only making conversation.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please!
Adjusters, or whatever they're called. I think that's the term, right? Jester?
Greetings to our hopeful petitioners, one and all! Yulmore extends its warmest regards. Let it be known that a lady of distinction wishes to dine on fish divine. We seek a master culinarian who can guarantee seafood perfection. Dazzle the matron with your delicious dishes, and life in the city will be yours to enjoy. Even on days when fish is not on the menu! Who among you will answer the call? Name yourself or another. We may not at all.
Fish, is it? Was there anyone?
What about that girl?
Do you recall how I said Yulmore was a center of power and authority? Well, that is not the only reason for its fame. It is also known as the City of Final Pleasures. The noble and the wealthy who survived the flood gathered here to live out the rest of their days in decadent abandon. A poor man could sooner pass through the Iron Needle than Yulmore's gates. The only way the common folk can enter this perverted paradise is if they fulfill the whim of one of the privileged. And so they are picked over like market produce.
What a catch! We'll not be throwing this one back. Having seen your all too obvious charms, we welcome you with open arms. Come, join us in a city of splendor and live out your life in an ecstasy of endeavor. Oh, just look at those expectant faces. What could you possibly be waiting for? Well, what have we here? An extra share of meal to celebrate our newest resident! For you!
Ah, at last!
Enjoy!
Thank goodness.
Meal is a foodstuff which Yulmore routinely doles out to the people of Gatetown, and apparently a staple for its citizens as well. Many here rely on it to survive in these times of scarcity. Yet the whole arrangement just seems...
Yeah,
well,
everything going on right now just seems
let's
odd.
just say it leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, I'm just confused as to why they're doing that. Well, I'm sure I'll find out. Right? Now you understand why my attempts to enter the city thus far have come to naught. The dubious privilege of residency must be won via a contest with ever-changing rules. They say this policy has been in place for the past 2 decades, ever since Yulmore's current ruler came into power. Yet from what I've seen, it does more harm than good. Not only does it distract people from our shared struggle against the Sin Eaters, it robs them of their self-sufficiency. I have tried to propose ways they can improve their lot, but my words are invariably fall on deaf ears. The attitude is so entrenched now, I worry that, well, mayhap you should take a turn around Gatetown and judge the situation for yourself. Alright. And if you're here for Final Fantasy, I want to thank you. Like I said, I knew I was only going to have like 2 or 3 hours, somewhere around that ballpark. I think I said up to 4 earlier, but it turns out my kid's not taking a nap. So the day continues, and we're just going to go out and do something. So that's going to do it for me. Well, for Final Fantasy, I'm still going to live on, stay on for maybe another 5 minutes. I just want to check the iRacing schedule for next week. But for now, that's going to do it for me, at least for Final Fantasy. Good intro. I feel like we're at a good stopping point. You know, we got the main gist of this zone. Like, now we're going to, I guess, start figuring out what's going on in this zone. Apparently, you know, good intro to the campaign. You know, I know the light's bad in this expansion and taking everything over. And that creatures are spawning from the light, I guess, and killing people. And we're going to, I guess, stop that. But now we got to figure out, what's going on in this Yulmore City, too.